As someone who does things related to geography and maps for a living, I feel like I'm at least 0.1% more qualified than the average person to give my opinion on those topics, put my opinion on the internet, and be judged for it. So that's why, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be making a tier list for all the countries in the world's flags, along with a bunch of territories. So let's jump in and do it. Alright, so here we are on Tier Maker, and I found this 250 countries and territories, flags and names tier list maker, and of course, here are all of the countries of the world, you know, the officially recognized UN countries, and I guess some like semi-independent territories and stuff like that, like for example, Jersey and Guernsey and Guam and the British Virgin Islands, even though they're technically parts of other countries, but I feel like some of those have really cool flags that we need to, judge over here. Now, you guys are smart enough to know this, but I feel like I should say this anyway. If I really like a country's flag and I put it in S tier, that doesn't mean I love the country and I agree with everything it does. Just like if I put a country's flag in F tier, that doesn't mean I hate it and I would never go there. This is purely based on aesthetics and the way a country's flag looks, nothing whatsoever to do with the country itself. You guys already know this, you're smart enough, but let me just say it anyway. So without further ado, let's jump in right here. These are in sort of a random order, so I'm chilling, we're not going alphabetically, and the first one we have right here is Norway. Now listen, Norway, cool ass flag, right? But I feel like it can never be something like S tier simply because of the fact that there are other flags that look like it, right? A bunch of other countries and territories have the Nordic Cross. So that's why it's definitely not S tier, not unique enough to be an A tier. So for now, I'm going to be putting Norway in B tier. And then moving on, we have Pakistan right here. Nothing too special, two colors, we got some Islamic elements on it, but I feel like it just really isn't that cool, man. So for now, I'm gonna put it at D tier with the possibility of it moving up to C or maybe even B tier. Then Palestine, a classic flag right here with the pan-Arab colors and stuff like that. We got black, we got white, we got green, we got red, but because there are so many other flags that are similar to it, just like Norway, I can't really put it up in a that much higher tier. So for now, this one's going in D tier as well, with the possibility of all of the other similar flags to it, like Sudan, for example, going up there as well, just because they're too similar to each other. Next, we got Papua New Guinea, man, definitely a unique one. We got this split right here. We got the, like Southern Hemisphere stars or whatever they are, and then this bird over here or whatever it is. I think it's pretty cool, pretty unique, definitely A tier for now. Then Peru, an instantly recognizable one, but I just hate tricolors. I just hate vertical and horizontal tricolors. This isn't a tricolor, obviously, it's two different colors, but there are so many flags like this that I think this one is gonna have to go, just because of it having two colors, I'm gonna put it up to C tier. If it was three colors, it will be down to D tier. Then we have flags with cantons, man, especially flags with the Union Jack canton in the top left. There's a trillion of these flags in the world, and as cool as Pitcairn Island's flag is, with this a very unique and highly detailed thing over here, once again, just because there are so many other flags like that, it's gonna have to go down to D tier. Then, man, we have a classic right here, the Portugal flag. This could almost be S tier, but I feel like the asymmetry of it bugs me, and let's face it, the white and blue one, the monarchy one, is cooler than the republic one, so that's why Portugal is gonna go down to A tier. Then we have Qatar right here. Another one that's very similar to this exists, which is the Bahrain flag. Just like the Norway stuff, it is pretty cool, but there's another one too similar, so that's why it's gonna go in B tier. Then we have Romania, man, a tricolor that I absolutely don't like at all. Chad is just like it as well. Nothing special about Romania, and the flags don't and the colors don't really go with each other that well, especially this blue and yellow next to each other. So it's just average, man, C tier. Then we have Rwanda. Very cool colors. I like the blue, I like the yellow, I like the green, I like this little star that they have up here. What I don't like though is the asymmetry of it. Why is the top part as big as the other two? It would be an A tier, but just because of that, I'm gonna put it down to B tier. Then we have St. Lucia here, man, an amazing flag, instantly recognizable. Love the colors, love how well they go together. For now, I am actually gonna put this one in S tier. However, it is a little bit too logo-ish to me rather than a flag. So this one does have the possibility to go down to A tier. Then, man, we have Saint Pierre and Maguelone right here, a French territory, and this one is just absolutely beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know all the vexillology rules. Oh, it's gotta be simple, instantly recognizable, a kid has to be able to draw it. No, frick all of that. One of my favorite flags in the world are Qing and Venice, right? Absolutely amazing flags that no one could literally draw. Way too complicated to make out anything, but they're just so freaking cool. So that's why this one is definitely going in S tier, man. And, you know, come to think of it, man, St. Lucia, as cool as it is, it's nowhere near as cool enough as this. So that's why St. Lucia is going to be dropping down to A tier. Then we have Samoa, man, kind of looking like the Republic of China from afar. Not cool enough. It's got a canton. Pretty boring, D tier. Then we have Sudan. Once again, way too similar to other ones. Automatic D tier from me. Although, listen, I do like the Pan-Arab ones more than the European tricolor ones. So these two I'm actually going to put up in C tier for now. I'm actually going to put them in C tier for now. Then we got Sao Tome and Principe. Pretty cool one. Not a lot to say about it. I wish it had a 3rd star. So for now, it's going to go B tier. Then we have Scotland. Such an iconic flag, man. Such a cool one. The blue and the white and the cross. It's absolutely amazing. Definitely going in A tier for now with the possibility of going up to S tier. Then we have Serbia right here, man. A very interesting one. We got the Pan-Slavic tricolor in the background. And I love flags with with their seal on it, right? So many flags could be made cooler by just adding the seal to it. One that comes to mind immediately is Austria, right? Like the official, you know, government standard or whatever has the eagle, but the civil flag doesn't. But just because there are so many more like it, and because the crest or whatever you want to call it is not centered, I am gonna have to leave this in B tier, just where I put it. Definitely better than you know, the Union Jack ones or the what you call it, the tricolors. Then we have Sierra Leone, man. The regular tricolor, kind of boring. I'm not a fan of this green. I am actually going to put it in D tier for now. Then we have St. Martin right here, or St. Martin, which is the Dutch version of the island, the Dutch side. I think it's kind of cool, you know, unique triangle right here, or whatever. I don't know flag terminology or whatnot. For now, man, this one is also going in B tier. Then we have Slovenia. My explanation for Slovenia is literally what I said about Serbia, so we're gonna put it up here. Not as cool as the Serbian one, but you know, it's all right. Then we have Somalia right here, a very unique and instantly recognizable flag. Although I feel like it's a bit too simple, but you know, I'm sort of in between A and B on this one. Let's just put it A tier for now. Then we have Spain, one of the most famous flags in the world. A very, very cool flag, instantly recognizable. It would almost be S tier for me, except the, you know, the seal is not centered, so that's why it goes to A tier. Then we have Switzerland, once again, one of the most recognizable flags in the world. It's cool because it's a square as well, as opposed to a, you know, a rectangle. I'm going to put that in A tier. Taiwan, similar situation to Samoa. It's almost the exact same flag right here. That's why it's going in D tier. Then we have Tanzania, a very, very cool one. I like it a lot. Green, yellow, black, yellow, blue. This one goes A tier for me. So that's A tier for Tanzania. Then we have Timor-Leste, another pretty cool one with this little triangle on the side and whatnot. I do like the colors and everything, so this one is going in A tier as well. You may have noticed that I haven't put any in F tier so far. That's because I really haven't hated any of them so far. I don't think they're absolutely horrible. Then we have Tokelau right here, which I don't know exactly where that is. You're going to have to forgive me. But, you know, this flag, as cool as it is, man, I'm thinking it's kind of a leftover flag that, you know, these guys might want to consider changing once again with this Southern Hemisphere or whatever stars they're called. So this one is going in C tier for now. Or actually, no, man, it's better than these. It's going B tier. Then we have Trinidad and Tobago, a flag I like really quite a lot. But then again, you know, it's not as cool as the Tanzanian one. So this one is going B tier as well. Then we have Turkey, man, a classic flag right here. I love the red. I love, you know, the whole star and crescent thing. You know, definitely a B tier flag for me. Then we have Turks and Caicos, insta D tier because of the you know, the thingy up here. And you know what, man, Pakistan, actually right now that I consider these other flags, Pakistan is definitely cooler. It's moving up to C tier for me. Then we have Uganda, an absolutely amazing flag that I have to zoom in right here, man, with the rooster on it. We got the black, the gold, the red. I think it's a very, very cool, and I do think this one also deserves to go up to S tier. I'm really, really enjoying it. United Arab Emirates, automatic C tier right here, just because of the similarity to other flags. And then we move on to the United States. Definitely the most recognizable flag in the world. Everyone knows. Almost perfect, but I don't know. Just not as cool as these two up here. So the US for now goes up to A tier. Then we have Uruguay, kind of similar to Greece, but not really. I love the sun. If Greece is A tier, then I would have to put this one at S tier because I think it's cooler. So that's why I'm going to put this one in A tier, and then Greece gets an automatic B tier from me. Then we have a Vanuatu, man, a cool flag, but not really too much going on with it aside from this thing right here. Similar to other like flags like this, I think that's a B tier for me. Then we have Venezuela, another sort of you know, South American-ish tricolor thingy, kind of like Ecuador and those guys right there. So that's why for me it can't get an A tier. It's gonna have to go to B tier. Then we have another British territory right here. Just stack all of these guys together, and then we move on to one of the best flags of all time, the flag of Wales. You know what I'm gonna say about this. Going up to S tier immediately. It's a freaking dragon. Then we have Western Sahara right here, automatic C tier for me, you know, the pan-Arab colors. And then I think we go to our first F tier flag, man, which is Zambia. I'm sorry, it's just not good, bro. It's just not good. That's my opinion. That's the first flag that gets an F tier for me. And then we got the Åland Islands right here, another, you know, a Nordic cross type flag similar to Sweden and those guys. So yeah, this one is automatic B tier for me just because of the similarity. Is it cooler than Norway's? No, but it's still a B tier. Then we have Algeria, man. I absolutely love the flag of Algeria, the red star and crescent with the green and the white. I think it is very cool. I think it's cooler than Pakistan and cooler than Turkey, which are, you know, flags with similar elements on it. I'm gonna have to put this one in A tier. I think it's cooler than all of those. Then we have Andorra right here, man. Very similar to Romania and Chad, but just because they have the, you know, the seal on their flag, this one moves up a bit to B tier for me. Then we have Anguilla right here, automatic D tier, and Antigua and Barbuda, a very cool one. This one goes up to A tier for me. And then we got Armenia right here, just another regular ass tricolor with the Romanian and the Andorran and the Chad colors. They don't mesh that well, so this one gets an automatic C tier for me as well. Australia, man. I'm sorry, Australia. That just is what it is. Then we got Azerbaijan, man. Another flag with a star and crescent right here. But I don't think this one is good as Algeria or as Turkey, so this one goes to C tier for me just because of the tricolor. Then we have Bahrain right here. I like it, but automatic B tier because it's similar to Qatar. And then we have Barbados right here, man. A very, very cool flag with the trident on it. I absolutely love it. This one goes to A tier immediately for me. Then we got Belgium, standard boring-ass European tricolor, C tier for me. Then we have Benin. I straight up don't like it. F tier. Then we get to another S tier flag, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. We got the dragon standing on top of the Dragon Balls. Shout out my boy Goku and Bulma too. You know what is it? You know what it is. But you know, even though the colors maybe, you know, don't pop that much, just because of all the stuff going on about it, that's another S tier for me. You can see a pattern emerging here in my favorite flags. Then we got the Bosnia and Herzegovina flag, man. Older one is so much cooler with the fleur-de-lis and the shield and the stuff like that. I feel like modern Bosnia is just a bad flag, man. I'm sorry, Bosnia. Shout out to all my Bosnian bros in the comments, but your new flag really isn't that good, boys. Let's face it. Then we got the British Indian Ocean Territory. Now, hear me out. This one has the, you know, Union Jack Canton in the top left. But, bruh, look at all of the waves, man. That's the wave right there. This is probably going to be the only Union Jack flag, Canton one, of course, that's going to go up higher. And you know what? This one even deserves a B tier, man. It skips C altogether just because of these waves they got going on. Bulgaria, man, kind of boring. Colors don't mesh there that well. It's just a boring-ass European tricolor. Definitely not F. It's not as bad as these, but not C as well. I'm going to have to put Bulgaria in D tier. Sort of, you know, it's giving Sierra Leone. That's all I'm going to say. Then we have Burundi right here, man. I think it's pretty cool. Not as cool enough to go in A tier, but, or actually, nah, it's definitely a B tier one, man. Definitely a B tier one. Now, we arrived to Cameroon. You know, Pan-African colors are starting to emerge here. We got the greens, the reds, the yellows, the black, and stuff like that. Sao Tome and Principe is a similar one to this, but there are so many other ones with the colors that Cameroon has, right? We got Ghana, we got Guinea-Bissau. We already put up Sao Tome and Principe up there. There's so many other ones. Senegal, right? So a lot of these Pan-African color ones, man, they look kind of similar. Definitely better than the Union Jack, but I feel like it's just a standard C-tier one with countries that repeat each other. Then we got Cape Verde, man. Could have been a cool-ass flag, but once again, because of the asymmetry, I'm going to have to drop it down from A to B tier. Cayman Islands, automatic here. Chad, wherever Romania is. China, let's face it, man, probably one of the most boring flags China has had. Listen, I don't care if you're a Republic of China enjoyer or a Communist China enjoyer. They're just not that good, man. It's going to have to go to D tier for me. Then we got Cocos Islands, which, once again, we got the Southern Hemisphere stars or whatever. That's what I call them. I don't know exactly what they're called, boys. I'm sorry. Please let me know in the comments. But I feel like this has been developed in paint. And it's cooler than Zambia, Benin, and Bosnia. So it's going to go to D tier for me. Then we got Comoros right here, man. Weird... Comoros made me choke. Then we got Comoros here, a weird combination of colors, but I feel like it's kind of zany, man. So this one goes to B tier right here. Then we got Dr. Congo, of course, one of the biggest countries. I think the biggest country in Africa, if I'm not mistaken. But Dr. Congo, your flag's kind of boring, man. It's gonna have to go C tier for me. Then we got Costa Rica, lovely, lovely flag. It maybe could have been S tier, but because of the off-center thing, I'm gonna have to put it in A tier. Croatia, amazing flag. Normally it would be in B tier with all of the other Slavic color guys, but just because their crest is in the middle, going up to A tier, baby, going up to A tier, and it's actually highly, highly detailed with all the 5 Croatian regions up at the top. And then we got Curacao right here, man. Then we move on to Czechia, another, you know, Slavic color one, the red, white, and blue. It is more unique than the tricolors, but it just doesn't have that much going on with it, so I am going to have to put it in B tier. Then we get to Djibouti right here. Colors don't mesh very well. That's why I'm going to have to put it in C tier. Dominican Republic, absolutely cool-ass flag, moving up to A tier immediately. And then we got Egypt, which is another one that could be considered similar to all the other Pan-Arab ones, but it doesn't have the green, which makes it stand out, and the eagle in the middle is very cool, so it moves up to even A tier for me. I absolutely love the Egypt flag. Then we get to England, man. Let's face it, it's the St. George Cross. Milan has it, Genoa has it, England has it, Georgia has it, a bunch of other, you know, countries and regions and territories and states and whatnot have it. As cool as it is, just because so many other guys have it, I think it's going to have to go to B tier right here. And then we get to Eritrea. Honestly, it just giving me bad communist vibes and stuff like that. And I don't really like how the colors go together. So this one is a D tier for me. Then we get to Eswatini. Absolutely amazing flag, man. But I feel like a little bit is lacking for it to go up to S tier. You know what? For now, Eswatini, S tier. Maybe it'll move down to A tier. Then we get to the Falkland Islands, just get in with the rest of them. Fiji, slightly cooler than these other guys, just because they got a different color. So I would consider moving them up to C tier, but for now, let's leave them at D tier. France, a standard European tricolor, boring on par with Romania and Belgium. And this is the older one too with the lighter blue. Then we got the French Polynesia, actually looking pretty cool, man. I'm going to take this one up to A tier. Shout out to French Polynesia. Gabon, it's giving Sierra Leone and Bulgaria, so we're just going to put it up here. Georgia, you know, it would be D tier, but it is a little more unique than the England one. You know what? I'm going to do this. England goes down to C tier. Nah, I can't, you know. England is cooler than all of these. You know what? Yeah, England, B tier. Georgia, A tier. Then we get to Ghana. We get to a lot of these Pan-African color ones. You know, C tier. It's similar to Cameroon, it just, you know, a different flavor. Greece, because I put Uruguay in A tier. No, I put, yeah, Uruguay in A tier. Greece, Yeah, Greece is gonna go down to B tier. Yeah, Greece is gonna go down to B tier. Grenada, a very cool flag, immediate A tier for me right here. Could have been an S tier if it didn't have that little thing right there. Then we get to Guam. It's just boring. It's just boring. And then we go to Guernsey. I actually really like this. The cross in the cross. Better than England for sure, so it's an A tier for me. Guinea-Bissau. It's kind of a different flavor of Benin, right? But just because they got the star right here, I'm going to have to D tier it. Haiti, it could be a cool one. It could be B tier if they made this thing bigger, but because it's not that big, going down to C tier. Then we get to Honduras. I actually like it quite a lot, but, you know, not that much. Kind of on par with Slovenia and Serbia right here, I have to say. So B tier. Hungary, boring European tricolor, going to C tier. India, boring European style tricolor, but they got that thing in the middle, so they move up to B tier for me. Iran, I just like the colors more. Almost an A tier flag. Actually, they do have the writing on the flag as well, man, and I really like the, you know, that little thing in the middle that I don't know what it is. Iran, you know, I think of their older flags, very, very cool. I don't know. You know what? It's B tier. It's B tier. It's definitely not as cool as those other ones. Ireland, is it Ireland or Cote d'Ivoire or whatever it is? I don't know. I could consider it a boring European tricolor, but then again, the orange one makes me like it. Although India is pretty much the same, you know, if you flip it sideways and remove that, not as cool as India or Iran. Gonna have to go down to C tier. Then we got Israel right here, man. A very recognizable flag. I do like it, so I'm gonna go put it at A tier. Jamaica, a very cool one, also going up to A tier. Then we have a Jersey right here with the, you know, the cross and the you know, the seal, the 3 lines up here. Definitely cooler than England, going up to A tier. Kazakhstan, a very, very cool flag. Unsymmetrical because it's got this thing right here at the left, but that's, I guess, where the pole is and stuff like that. So Kazakhstan, man, A tier, honestly. Then we got Kiribati right here. A beautiful, beautiful flag. You know what? I like it more than Eswatini, man. I like it more than Eswatini. So I'm actually going to put Kiribati in S tier, and Eswatini, I'm going to go drop down to A tier. Then we move on to South Korea. Very, very cool flag. Instant A tier. You don't need me to explain that. Kuwait, man, let's just put it together with the rest of its boys. Then we got Laos right here. I'm feeling a B tier for Laos just because they could have done something more with the ball in the middle. Then we got Lebanon. I like the tree, but it looks like it's been drawn in paint, so I'm gonna go C tier for Lebanon. Then we get to Liberia, which, let's be honest, they copied it from the US. The design is still pretty cool, but it's not the US, it's Liberia, so we're gonna put it down in B tier. Moving on with Liechtenstein, they thought they were Haiti, but they're not. It's you know, it's giving me Samoa and Taiwan, although a little cooler, so I'm gonna put it in C tier. Luxembourg, boring European tricolor. There we go, automatic C tier right here. Madagascar is just another flavor of Benin, let's be real, but I like the colors a bit more, so I'm putting him in D tier. Malaysia, once again, the stars and stripes, I feel like it's cooler than Liberia, so this one, similar to the US one, gets an A tier from me. Mali, do I put it in with these guys? With Cameroon and Ghana, Chad, Romania, Belgium? No, that green, I don't like the green. I'm putting it in D tier. Then we got the Marshall Islands right here. I am enjoying this quite a lot. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Mauritania, very, very cool flag. This is A tier as well. Then we get to Mayotte, which you guys know I explained I like complicated flags and stuff like that, but there's words on it. It says Mayotte. Now, I know there's words on the Iran flag as well, but listen, there's words in a Latin alphabet in it, so it's just bad, man. It's just bad. F tier for me, man. Micronesia, it's giving me Somalia, but with more stars. Not as cool, though, so I'm gonna B tier this one. And then we got Monaco. You know, it's just boring, man. I'm sorry, Monaco. It's just boring. Then we got Montenegro right here. Definitely moving up to S tier, another super complicated flag. I love the red, I love the gold border, and I love the, you know, double-headed eagle in the middle with the Venetian lion, if you guys didn't know, right in the middle right here, you know, showcasing their Venetian or Italian heritage. I like that. Morocco, very cool flag, perhaps too simple to be an A tier, so I'm moving it down to B tier, although I love Morocco's flag. Myanmar, once again, this yellow, green, and red color, but they got the star in it, so I feel like it is C tier. Then we move on to Nauru, which, why is that star there? Is that star there like that star right there? I don't know, man. It's just Curacao, but for some reason I like it a little bit more. D tier. Netherlands, boring European tricolor, C tier automatically. New Zealand, automatic right here. Niger, kind of similar to India, but more boring. And just a regular circle, so I'm dropping it down to C tier. Yeah, C tier for sure. Then we got new, I don't know what this is. I've actually never heard of this one. Wow. So this is another Union Jack top left one, but it's definitely cooler than these. Not as cool as British Indian Ocean Territory. So this is a C tier for me. North Macedonia, cool, pretty unique, kind of like Kyrgyzstan. Their old flag was better, so I'm going to have to put this one in B tier. Northern Mariana Islands. I don't know, man. It's kind of like a flag of Mars or something. So as busy as it is, D tier? Nah, let's do C tier. Let's do C tier. Oman, another, you know, pan-Arab-ish color flag, but I like the swords and the left, man. So Oman moves up to B tier for me. Palau, just, I don't know. Average, could have been C tier if the ball was in the middle, but let's put D tier. Panama is giving, you know, what you call it, like, Dominican Republic, I love it. A tier automatic for me. Paraguay, kind of like the Netherlands, but with a seal in the middle. So just because of the seal, going up to B tier. Philippines, Czech Republic, but cooler. I like it. It's going to have to go up to... Yeah, it's actually better than St. Martin and Czechia, man. A tier for the Philippines, yo. For real. Poland, reverse Monaco. Puerto Rico, I don't like the blue, man. I don't like the blue. It's not that bad, so let's put it in C tier. Reunion, it's made in paint. I'm sorry, D tier. Russia, Pan-Slavic colors, but without any of the crests, actually, of Slovenia and Serbia, so even more boring. It's going into the Luxembourg and Netherlands and France tier, man, honestly. Then we got St. Bartholomew, which is kind of like Mayotte, if we're being honest. Let me zoom in right here. So Mayotte says Mayotte. Now, this one is actually cool. See, all you gotta do is remove Mayotte and make this not square, and Mayotte, you too can have an A tier flag like St. Bartholomew right here. St. Kitts and Nevis, it's kind of like Tanzania, but with stars. I like it. I'm gonna put it in an A tier. Then we go down to St. Martin. It's just France again, but since it's just France again, but they have a different flag. Oh, it's same as the flag of France. Okay, so obviously automatic. C tier, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I actually do like quite a lot, but, you know, it's giving me logo from this, so B tier. San Marino, you know, shout out San Marino, man, even though you got a cool-ass crest on it. I don't know. It's, actually, yeah, could be A tier. Could be A tier. Yeah, could be A tier. Saudi Arabia, very, very cool flag. Instant A tier for me. I know it's got words on it, but I don't understand them, so that's why they're cool to me. So A tier automatic for me right there, man. Senegal, it's just more of these guys right here. Seychelles, cool-ass flag. I know a lot of people love it, but to me, it's just not S tier, man. It's A tier. Shout out to the Seychelles, though. Singapore, you know, Poland and Monaco, but slightly better. I'm going to put it in C tier. Actually, no, man. Singapore, B tier. It's not like these guys right here. Slovakia, once again, like these guys right here, but it's got the crest. If it was in the middle, it could go up to A tier like Croatia, but because it's on the left, like Slovenia and St. Martin and Serbia, it just has to go B tier. Then we got Solomon Islands right here, man. I like the colors. I'm going to put this one in B tier. South Africa, a very cool flag. I'm going to put this one in A tier. Then we got South Sudan, pretty cool, B tier right here. Sri Lanka, amazing flag, reminds me of Venice, but the colors are off to me, so I'm going to have to put it in A tier. Then we get the Suriname, pretty standard right here, not a lot to say about it. It's giving me South Sudan vibes, gonna put it in B tier. Then we got Sweden, you know, Nordic Cross, automatic B tier. I would say it's not as good as Norway's or as the Åland Islands, but I feel like it doesn't deserve to go down a lower tier. And then we got Syria, man, another, you know, Arab one, but I think it is cooler than the ones with the green, so I'm gonna put it in B tier along with Oman and those guys. Definitely not as cool as Egypt, though. Then we got Tajikistan, which is kind of like Hungary with a thing on it. Hungary, I already put in C tier. I like this one more, so it's gonna go up to B tier. Then we got Thailand, man. You know, it's kind of like Cambodia or whatever the other one was, but it doesn't have any stuff. Definitely cooler than some of these tricolor ones, but, you know, B tier, B tier. Then we got Togo right here, which I'm going to put in C tier, better than some of these other ones right here for sure, man. Now, Yeah, Myanmar, man, I'm gonna drop down. Myanmar, I'm gonna drop down. I just don't like the colors of it, man. Then we got Tonga, unique one, definitely. I'm gonna put this one in B tier. I like the cross and the colors and everything. You know, then we got Tunisia, which is kind of like Turkey's, but cooler. So it's going up to A tier. I do enjoy the Tunisia flag quite a lot. Then we got Turkmenistan, and man, you know, there's a couple of these flags with like these old-timey motifs on it, like Turkmenistan and like Belarus, and then Afghanistan. Like, it's like some 70s vibes on it. I really actually don't like the Turkmenistan flag. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna F tier this one. Then we got Tuvalu, automatic, you know, B tier with all of these guys right here. Ukraine, kind of boring. I'm putting it together with all of these guys right here. UK, iconic flag, man. I think the UK flag is very, very cool. Definitely putting it up in S tier. It's just one of the most recognizable flags of all time, and it's just so, so good. There are a couple of problems with it, like the Wales dragon not being in the middle, missed opportunity, and the red cross in the background being off center like this. So it's not, you know, like this, but it's like this. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, but still, a very cool flag nonetheless. Uzbekistan, I just don't like it, man. F tier. Vatican City, it's a classic. I'm gonna have to put it up in A tier. Then we got Vietnam. Definitely cooler than China's. Cooler than these two, man. Vietnam is giving B tier for me. Then we got the United States Virgin Islands. Listen, we know it's the Virgin Islands. You didn't have to put a V and an I on it. This could have been such a cool flag, maybe even S tier, but just because of the V and the I, I'm gonna have to drop it down to B tier right here. Then we got Wallis and Fortuna right here, man. A French canton, which you don't see too often. Just because it's French and not British, I'm going to have to give this a C tier. Yemen, just Egypt, kinda, without the stuff. And Syria, kinda, without the stuff. So it's going to have to go to C tier for me, Yemen, right here. Then we move on to Zimbabwe. They got an AK in the flag. No, they got the bird, I think. This one is kind of similar to Uganda, but Uganda is centered. This one's not, so Zimbabwe gets an A tier for me. Then we go to Afghanistan. Listen, please don't... now, do I say this? You know what? I want to continue having a career. I was going to say something about the new flag, but man, old Afghanistan flag with these motifs right here that I don't really like. F tier for me. Albania, very, very cool flag. Very iconic, recognizable. Instant A tier for me. Then we get to American Samoa. I like the eagle quite a lot. That's another A tier for me. Angola, it's badass, but it's not badass enough to be A tier, so we're going to have to put that one in B tier. Moving on to Antarctica, any flag of anything that has the outline of the country or the territory or whatever on it, that's an automatic F tier for me. We're going to get the Cyprus and Kosovo, and they're going to go there too. Don't worry about it. Argentina, classic flag, man. I'm going to put it wherever I put Uruguay. And Uruguay, I put in A tier. Argentina's A tier as well, definitely. Aruba right here. I wish it could be more symmetric, so it's going to get a B tier for me right here. Austria, just, you know, it's better than some of these, but I don't know. Does it deserve to go B tier? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put Austria up in A tier, drop Czechia down to B tier. Yeah, there we go. Bahamas, pretty cool. Kind of like Puerto Rico and Czechia. C tier. Bangladesh, you know, it could be B tier or even A tier if this stuff was centered like Lao, but for now I'm going to do C tier on it. Belarus, same explanation as Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, F tier for me. Belize, pretty cool flag, I'm not going to lie. Going to go up to A tier right here. Bermuda, could be with the Union Jacks, just because it's red, it goes up to C tier, just like Niue right here. Bolivia, kind of boring, man, along with these other guys. Botswana, slightly cooler than these guys. Brazil, awesome, awesome flag. Not A tier yet. The Brazilian Empire one was cooler, going up to A tier. Brunei, absolutely very cool flag, man. I love all of the details on it right here. I love all of this stuff. Brunei could even be S tier. I'm not going to lie. We're going to rearrange a little bit of things later on, maybe, but for now, Brunei, A tier. There's just something a little bit lacking for it to be up in S tier, not gonna lie. Then we got Burkina Faso, along with all of these other guys. Cambodia, I think, is just a cooler, you know, version of Thailand and Haiti and stuff like that, so we're gonna put it in B tier. Actually, no, man. Cambodia, A tier. Canada could have had so much potential, man. Could have had so much potential. It's B tier for me. Then we got the Caribbean Netherlands. I've actually never seen this one, and I do enjoy it quite a lot. I'm gonna put it up in A tier as well. Then we got the Central African Republic. Something is off about it, man. I don't know. C tier for me for sure. Chile, Chile is all right. Yeah, we're gonna put it up in B tier for now. Christmas Island, this is giving me drawn in paint vibes, just like the Cocos Islands, so we're gonna put it right there. Colombia, you know, it could have risen up from these guys and, you know, gotten up to here, but just because it's asymmetrical, I feel like it's gonna have to stay in C tier with all of those other ones. Congo is just the Pan-African colors, but tilted, so that's why I like it more. So we're gonna put it up in C tier. Cook Islands, automatic D tier. Cote d'Ivoire, wherever Ireland is, which is C tier, it's pretty much the same. Cuba, I like quite a lot. Better colors than Puerto Rico for sure, so it's gonna be in B tier for now. And Cyprus, automatic F tier, just because it has itself on the flag. Denmark, wherever these other crosses are, yeah, A tier. Oh man, Denmark definitely ain't A tier. What the frick am I doing? Yeah, B tier? It's not as cool as Norway or Sweden. Frick it, C tier for Denmark. Then we got Dominica, absolutely amazing. Let me find it. I lost it. There we go. Let's put it back up. A tier for me. Dominica. Going down, Ecuador. It's a cooler version of Colombia. Could have been A tier if it was once again symmetrical, but it goes to B tier. El Salvador, pretty similar vibes. We're going to put it up to A tier, just like Argentina and those guys. Then we go down to Equatorial Guinea, which I like more than some of these other ones. So this one gets a B tier from me. Estonia, you know, boring European tricolor, I would say, but you know, just because it's got black on it, it's a little bit more unique, so it's gonna go B tier, way better than these guys right here. Ethiopia, once again, we got the Pan-African colors, but they got the coolest symbol. So for me, Ethiopia goes up to B tier. Or maybe, shoot, Ethiopia goes up to A tier, man, for real. And then we got the Faroe Islands, another cool Nordic one right here. Then we got Finland, another Nordic one right here. Right, I put all of those in the same one, didn't I? No. These guys move up, right? I've lost track, boys. But yeah, B tier for sure. Then we go down to French Guiana, which I actually do enjoy quite a lot. B tier right here. Gambia. I don't know, that blue and that green specifically next to each other, I don't like that much, but it's more unique than some of these other ones, so we're gonna put it in C tier. Germany, yeah, boring European tricolor, but their colors are better than some of these other guys. It's just kind of Belgium, so yeah. Then we got Gibraltar, absolutely amazing flag, man. Gibraltar, S tier, I said it, man. Gibraltar, S tier for sure. Greenland, kind of weird, but I kind of like it. If the ball was in the middle, it could be A tier, but for now it's B tier. Then we got Guadalupe, actually pretty dope flag right here, man. Going up to A tier. Guatemala, it's similar to like El Salvador, Argentina. We got that nice light blue, so it's gonna go up to A tier for me. Guinea, yeah, just more of Bolivia, Mali, all of those guys right there. You know what I'm saying? Guyana, I actually do think it's cooler than some of these right here, so we're going to put it up to C tier. Hong Kong, I do like quite a lot. It is logo-ish, but going up to A tier. Then Iceland, automatic B tier with more of these guys right here. Indonesia, it's just Poland and Monaco. Iraq, I feel like Iraq is you know, kind of on par with Syria, right? It's got the Egypt color as well. Obviously, those guys were one country at one point. Well, not Iraq, but you get what I'm saying. Because it has the stuff on it, I feel like it's the same rank as Syria. Then we got the Isle of Man, freaking dope-ass flag. I love the Isle of Man. Badass, going up to S tier. Then we got Italy. As iconic the Italian flag is just a tricolor, man. So yeah. Then we got Japan. Japan is definitely a cool and iconic one, going up to A tier. Not a weeb, by the way. Jordan, you know, it's got the Pan-African stuff, but just because they got a little star on it, gonna have to go up to B tier for me. Kenya, very cool, automatic A tier. Then we drop down to North Korea. You know, if the star was in the middle, it would be cooler. B tier for me, North Korea. Kosovo, it's got itself on the flag, just like Antarctica and Cyprus, automatic F tier. Kyrgyzstan, I feel like, is a slightly either cooler or lamer version of North Macedonia because it's kind of like the Xbox logo. Since I can't make up my mind, this one is a B tier as well. Latvia, I just don't like the colors, man. D tier. Lesotho, I like the colors, man. C tier. Libya, Libya is B tier for me, honestly. Libya is B tier for sure. Lithuania, yeah, it's kind of like these guys, man. It's kind of like these guys. Then we got Macau, which I am gonna have to put on the same level as Hong Kong. Very cool flag. Then we got Malawi. Malawi, I think it is pretty cool. It's kind of like Libya, so B tier. And then we got the Maldives. This one's B tier as well. Then we got Malta, which is, you know, you would say kind of like Monaco, Poland, and Indonesia, but just because they have that little detail in the top left, I do like this one quite a lot. So I'm going to put it in B tier. Then we got Martinique. Dude, there's snakes on it. There's snakes on it. What else do you want me to say? Going up to A tier. And then we got Mauritius, 4 colors. So that's an automatic jump to B tier. Then we got Mexico. It's a cooler Italy, bruh. It's a cooler Italy. In fact, it's a way cooler Italy. Mexico, A tier for sure. Then we got Moldova, which you would say is kind of like Romania and those guys, but they got the stuff on it, man. So this one goes in the same one where Andorra is, because let's face it, they are kind of similar. And then we go down Mongolia, man. I absolutely love this flag. A tier for me immediately. And then we got Montserrat. Just get in with all of these other guys there, man. Be with your boys, you know what I'm saying. Mozambique, they got an AK-47 on the flag. Shout out Mozambique. A tier immediately. Then we go down to Namibia. I actually like Namibia's quite a lot, so it's gonna go in B tier. Nepal, man, you either love it or you hate it, because it's like, you know, but A tier for me. A tier for me for sure. New Caledonia, it's giving me paint vibes like Christmas Islands and Coco Islands. Nicaragua up there with these guys. Argentina, Guatemala, you guys know already. Then we get to Nigeria. It's kind of boring, but not, you know, because it's not a tricolor, I'm actually going to put it up in C tier. Norfolk Island, let's face it, it's just a Lebanon, man, with different colors. Where did I put Lebanon? That's going to go in the same tier, so C tier. And then we got Northern Ireland. Badass flag. I absolutely love it. This is the coolest version of St. George's Cross. Goes up to A tier for S tier, sorry, for me. And you know, there's lots more other flags in the world, but these are the ones that were on this tier list. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like by now you've noticed the pattern for me. Down here, it's just flags with the outlines on itself, flags with some of these motifs that I'm not a fan of, letters, and then just these 4, which I don't think they're very nice, man. Then over here, we got flags that are too similar to each other, or the colors don't mesh very well. You know what? China actually deserves to go up to C tier right here. And yeah, just some ones that are too similar to each other or something like that. Over here, once again, we got the similar ones, which are the, you know, the Arab ones, some European ones, some, you know, not unique enough ones like that, man. Over here, we start to get into very nice territory. You know, some over here that they are unique, but they stand out enough to where it's not confusing and instantly recognizable. And then over here to A tier, man, we really get into some cool flags. Ones that may have someone that are similar, but they do stand out enough. And then S tier, man, is just my favorite flag. So apparently it's St. Pierre and Miquelon, which I have never seen to this day, I'm not gonna lie. Uganda, which is a sovereign country. Wales, which is not really a sovereign country. Bhutan, Kiribati, Montenegro, the UK, Gibraltar, Isle of Man, and Northern Ireland. Damn, man. You know, I'm starting to see a pattern here. UK guys, you really know how to design a flag, because, you know, 5 different, you know, sort of entities that are part of the whole modern day British Empire are featured on here. So, yeah, shout out to all of those guys, man. Montenegro, Bhutan, Kiribati, I really do like quite a lot. All of these flags are super cool. So yeah, that's my ranking of all of the flags that were on here, all of the world's countries. Of course, Afghanistan's and France's flag weren't up to date. They're the old ones. You know, new Afghanistan flag, I would probably rate higher than the old Afghanistan flag. I'd probably put it C tier. New France flag, it will still stay in C tier. So yeah, that's my ranking. Like I said at the start, if I put a Belarus or Bosnia or Curaçao's flag in F tier, that doesn't mean I hate those countries. And if I put, you know, all of these guys like Uganda and Kiribati and Montenegro and UK in S tier, that doesn't mean I love those countries. This is just based on the appearance of the flags. And at the end of the day, that's just my opinion. But yeah, man, let me know in the comments below which one of my choices you agree or disagree with, and why. You know, and I think that's been it for today for this world country flag tier list. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you want to see more videos like this. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to leave a like. It really helps out a lot. And if you like the content and want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of them. And you can become a member today and join the Discord. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with another tier list video.